fairly breezy afternoon down at the plot. I thought I'd have a quick look around, show you where we are by the middle of September, what we've still got left to harvest. That's just about our entire harvest of pears on this tree. Despite lots of flower early on, it didn't quite produce the fruit we thought it might, but we will have a nice taste of these invincible pears. Red Williams didn't produce any, nor did Delsan. One of our tree fruits that we've still left to pick and we haven't picked any of are our quinces, which are now starting to lose their furriness, going slightly more yellowy, but certainly not ready for picking yet. There'll be a few more weeks before, well, maybe the end of this month into October is the time that we normally try to pick our quinces. Most of the things on this plot are now sort of cleared. Sue's cut flowers are still producing some flowers. Sweet peas got onto very short stems and tend to have been left, and they can really be cleared now. This was our mid-season brassica bed, and most things are now cleared apart from some red cabbage in the middle, which is just starting to heart up, and we have one cauliflower left at the end, which I think I'll probably harvest today, and then this bed can sort of generally be cleared. One thing we do want to harvest today are our winter squashes. So we've got crown prince. This is just one of our odd plants. We've got a full bed of crown prince further down, but then we had a different variety which I can never remember the name of. Even there is a label somewhere, and this was butterbush, which did produce bushy plants rather than sprawling plants, and we have some squashes in there to pick, which we're going to harvest today. We still have some outdoor tomatoes to pick. This is one of our outdoor Shirley plants, some decent tomatoes on there. We've still quite a few sungold to harvest. We've had lots of Loch Ness blackberries this year, but they've just about come to an end now. We have some berries, but they're a bit small and they're not very big, so it's probably just about time to chop the bush down and tie in new canes for next year. I think our strawberry bed can be cleared of netting. And a quick look at our main squashes, our main crown prince squashes. So there's 7 or 8 down here that we're going to pick this afternoon. Some decent sized ones. Weigh them up once we get back home. If we have a look round the perennial bed, it still looks quite good. I suppose technically it's still summer, it should do, but the ground is very dry, stuff is just struggling to survive really, but it has had some water through summer, and even now we've still got some nice roses on flower, and they seem to have flowered through most of summer. This little bit is cleared as much as I can. These 2 beds at this end need digging over. I've tried, they're too dry, they're going to have to wait for rain. The bed with the green manure is doing alright. Doesn't look too bad, does it? There's quite a few weeds in there, but still looking alright. We've had a look up there at the pears. We've got lots of apples this year. I have tested our Egremont russets and they're not ready yet. We've got some tiny tickled pink which we'll definitely pick. Very nice apple, and it has been windy over the last few days, and if you have a look under there you can see it's brought lots of apples off the tree. So there's a good job there picking them all up and getting them on the compost heap. So I might pick as many as I can off this tree because we're expecting lots of windy weather this week as 3 storm systems pass over the country. So it's a wet and windy week. In our case it'll probably just be windy. Plums are finished. They're all gone now. Apples, pears and quinces are what we have left of fruit. This bed's been too dry to dig all summer. It's now been filled up with prunings that hopefully we'll be able to burn sometime around bonfire night. Our 30-day strawberries didn't produce anything in 30 days, but we have managed to get some young plants going that we hope will be the start of a new strawberry bed next year. I have to make an effort to clear this strawberry bed, but I'm not in any rush because I know it's going to be bone dry underneath. These winter brassicas are looking very good. They will need a good watering today, so I'll just wander around the other side and get rid of my shadow. So it's cabbages sabrosa, some cauliflowers owlsmere, and some purple sprouting broccoli are the smaller plants at this end. And then on this side we've got all sorts of leafy veg and our leeks. I've had lots of water, so I was just giving them some more water, which is why if they look a bit wet, that's why they look a bit wet. They're doing really well. We could actually start harvesting some of those as soon as we want some, because the rest of the veg is now fizzling out. Sue sowed this annual flower bed for some early cut flowers next spring, and there's a real mixture in these, and they're all germinated now and they're doing quite well. And of course they are likely to have to face up to the slugs through winter. That will be the main problem. We've been harvesting carrots now for a month or so, and so far they've been very good. Hopefully Flackay and Autumn King will be as good as the early market we've been lifting. Our parsnips Gladiator look brilliant on top, so we're hoping they'll be brilliant underneath, but it's not always the way things go. This is another bed that's been sown with green manure. It was sown with buckwheat to start with, which I think there's about a dozen bits of buckwheat come up, which I think is that. But last week it was re-sown with a mustard crop, and that looks to be germinating really well. And those will be staying in over winter, chopped down, dug in next spring. And then Last but not least are our sprouts, and some more winter cabbages, and at the top end, the last of our summer cabbages. There's one over there that's given up and split, but these two there are still okay, and we've another one in there that will be fine, and some extra purple sprouting broccoli plants in the end. So we've still got quite a bit of veg on the go, but fruit wise now it's down to some apples, probably half a dozen pears, and our late quinces, which we'll probably try and pick, as I said, in October. The rest of it is now down to lots of tidying up over the rest of autumn and into winter.